Today's chapter is going to be very interesting. I hope you will truly enjoy today's chapter. Thank you for pressing the like button. At that very moment, the dragon's soul appeared once again, completely intact, right in front of Lu Fan. The moment he saw it, his eyes widened in shock. What is this? How is this even possible? It wasn't dead. In fact, it didn't even have a single scratch. It had revived, restored to its original state, as if nothing had ever happened. And now, Lu Fan's most terrifying enemy stood before him once again. The dragon surged forward with lightning speed, positioning itself directly in front of Lu Fan. In the very next instant, it completely closed the distance. Then, a powerful aura erupted from the dragon's maw, striking Lu Fan head-on. At that very moment, Lu Fan felt his strength draining away. His body went limp. He no longer possessed the power to fight. Lu Fan quickly realized that in his current state, retreating was the only sensible course of action. Lu Fan realized that the most prudent course of action now would be to flee this place immediately. He then turned around, and upon catching sight of the dragon-devouring king, he declared, "Prepare for a journey among the stars." The dragon-devouring king shifted its gaze toward Lu Fan and paused for a moment, wondering what exactly Lu Fan was trying to convey. What could the meaning of his words possibly be? At that very moment, Lu Fan's dragon transformed. He simply stood there, watching the scene and maintaining control of the situation. Meanwhile, the dragon spirit began preparing its next attack. But just then, a status notification appeared. Ice Dragon King Trial. Successfully cleared. Seeing this, Lu Fan was stunned. What? I passed? He turned around in disbelief. At that exact moment, the dragon devourer walked up to him and said in a sharp, mocking tone, "So, after trying that move, all your energy is completely drained. How ridiculous." He continued coldly, "I really thought you still had some strength left, and that's exactly why I made that pathetic deal with you." The Dragon Queen asked, "Lu Fan, the deal has been sealed. Have we now laid all our cards on the table?" She pointed her finger at Lu Fan, and a beam of light began to emerge from it. Then she continued, "You're quite clever, Lu Fan. Next time I won't go so easy on you." Before she could finish, her figure slowly faded away and disappeared. Letting out a deep breath of relief, Lu Fan thought to himself, "That was really a close call. I barely made it out alive." At that very moment, Lu Fan opened a portal and said to his dragon, "Let's get out of here first." After walking for a while, Lupin stopped at a special place, right at the very spot where the dragon's soul once resided. Lu Fan reached out his hand and touched it. The moment his fingers made contact, the ice melted and shattered instantly. A powerful aura burst forth from Lu Fan's hands. Suddenly, from within the ice, from the very depths of the frozen dragon, a voice echoed, "Congratulations, congratulations, challenger. Listen carefully to what I say. I am Hemdragon, the king, the winter calamity, the emperor of the icy mountains of the Dragon Empire. Oh, there was once a time when my very name struck terror into the hearts of every living being across the entire empire." To be honest, the voice was coming from a moving light. Seeing this scene, Lufania was completely astonished. But the Dragon King began to narrate his past, a story that seemed to repeat itself like an endless cycle. "Perhaps you don't know why I live here, nor how I ended up in this place. Let me tell you the whole story. It's quite a long one. Why did I return to this desolate, frozen wasteland? There is a very deep reason behind it. 300 years ago, a rift opened among the icy mountains of the Dragon Domain. From deep within it, from its very depths, countless monsters emerged. Their forms were strange, their nature unknown, and their aura was terrifying. They looked like filthy, sticky sludge. Wherever they went, they corrupted everything in their path. They fed on flesh and blood. They kept growing and constantly evolving. And I led the entire dragon clan. I fought against them all and defended my territory for a whole year, but the number of those monsters grew far too quickly. Because of that, we were defeated. In the end, I had no choice but to flee into the void and arrive here. Ultimately, due to my severe injuries, it became impossible to save myself. I used all my remaining strength to seal myself within the eternal ice so that even after death, my identity would remain and my body would stay preserved within this safe place. This core power is known as the Tomb of Eternal Ice. a technique in which an ice dragon king uses all of his life force to create an eternal tomb that is immune to all forms of damage and stands isolated from everything else. Hearing all this, Lu Fan was stunned for a few moments as if he had already known it somehow. At that instant, Lu Fan realized something. He finally understood that the Ice Dragon King had faced the same entities, the very creatures that had once corrupted the Dragon King of Life. Just then, a radiant light suddenly appeared before Lu Fan and spoke. "After successfully passing all the trials, I have 2 relics to entrust to you. The first is progeny. I entrust the children of my clan to your care." Hearing this, Lu Fan was overjoyed. At that very moment, the system issued a notification. "An ice dragon egg has been obtained." The dragon then made a second declaration. "I also possess a fragment of that corrupted entity, a piece I once severed from it. Use it to trace back to their original source. But be careful, even though it is frozen within ice, it is still alive." Suddenly, a severed arm appeared. The system immediately issued a notification. A corrupted relic had been obtained. All of these powers began to gather and merge within Lu Fan's body. As he departed, the dragon spoke. "Remember this, Lu Fan. If these powers are ever left unchecked, they will eventually destroy all life in this world. You must find a way, any way, to completely eradicate them." At that very moment, the dragon-devouring queen appeared. In a sharp, piercing voice, she mocked. "Well, just as expected, you're doing exactly what I imagined. You cunning old ghosts always place so much importance on your own corpses." Lu Fan had been aware of her presence from the very beginning. He calmly replied, "I knew it. I knew your eyes were set on the Ice Dragon King's corpse and that you intended to devour it to claim its power." However, Lu Fan simply looked at her and laughed. Seeing him laugh, the dragon-devouring queen was momentarily stunned. She thought, "Why is he laughing? What could possibly be so amusing?" Then, with a gentle smile, she said, "Very well. There's no need to panic. Go ahead and take good care of your new companion." Hearing this, Lu Fan immediately picked up the egg he had just obtained. As he gazed at it, a wave of pure joy washed over him. "This is the 10th egg I've obtained," he thought to himself. The status window revealed that the art of dragon taming allows one to tame dragon-like creatures and command them at will. Suddenly, the egg cracked open and a dazzling, brilliant light burst forth from within. Just how powerful will the offspring of the Ice Dragon King be? That was the only thought running through Lu Fan's mind. Before the video starts, I just want to say if you hit the like button and leave a nice comment, it really motivates us a lot, and we'll do our best to bring you even better videos.